I have a foundation wear test for you today. Is this a foundation? We're gonna be talking about it. I have the new Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint Hydrating Foundation Stick. Whew, I purchased this off of the Charlotte Tilbury website. I'll have that linked down below. If it's your first time order per email, I do have a discount code which can save you a little bit of money, but whatever. The shade that I got is number 4 Fair. And I'm coming in with a little bit of a toot already because I've put this on my face twice and it was not what I expected. I haven't done a wear test yet, but I've slapped it all over the face and it just wasn't what I was expecting. So, here's how she describes it online. A ring light effect in a hydrating foundation stick. Blurs, smooths, gives a soft focus glow. I typically wear the shade 4, so I picked up the shade 4. Darlings, long-term skincare benefits. Hydrated, smoother looking skin, fresh radiance with optical blur technology and hyaluronic acid. That's how she describes it. Made in Italy, love that. They just have special pearls in Italy, I feel like. And a 12-month shelf life. This is 0.31 ounces. Now, I came in with a little bit of hesitation about this product because I really don't like Charlotte Tilbury foundations for the most part. They never wear well on me. I feel like they're a bit heavy on me. Even their skin tint was heavy on me. So I'm interested to see what I think about this. But first of all, for this being a foundation stick, how beautiful is this packaging? I'm not used to the different color cap. Normally foundation sticks are one color all the way through. I think it gives it such a luxe look. I'm really into the packaging here. Also, to be clear, I did double take at the 0.31 ounces. Around there does seem to be pretty standard for foundation sticks. That was sitting in the back of my head to check, but most of them are around, Hourglass is 0.25. The new Illy one is 0.32 or something around that ballpark. So this is standard. Okay, anyways. Let's take a look at it. You can even see in the stick, it's got some glow to it. Let's apply. I know you're like, shut up and put it on your face, Morgan. Prepare yourself, you guys. Prepare yourself. He sit still. She's glowy. Okay, so I have this thin layer on the skin. In the demo on the website, she uses her fingers. You can, but I tested this. I just prefer it with a brush. I'm using It Cosmetics number 7, and I'm going to spread it out. It has a really creamy feel, a really easy glide on the skin, and a very easy blend out. So not one that's stiff or needs to be mixed in with another product to get it to blend out easier. Love the way it works out. But do you see this? This is really glowy. I knew it was going to be glow. It's Charlotte Tilbury, but none of her foundation products are this glowy. But you know what is this glowy? Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. So I was like, wait, is this the same? Let me finish applying this on my forehead, and I'll tell you the results of that. I just want you to see a half and half really quickly. This gives a light coverage to the skin, but it does even out redness. I don't think it's going to give any acne coverage. I have a little bit right here. No, that looks terrible. So it doesn't give good coverage. It's just going to kind of blur over the redness of the skin. Now you can build this up, but I feel like it causes the pearl to double. So then the skin is extra glowy where you double apply it. So I don't like building this up. It's a bit much for me. As somebody who has dry skin that's not completely smooth, I've struggled with acne in the past, so there's a little bit of texture and pore to my skin. I don't like this with too much built up because I feel like the pearl really collects and has extra shine to it. Now, if you're like, how does this compare to Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter? Let me show you on my hand first. Here's the foundation stick, shade number 4. See that glow? I have shade number 3 of Flawless Filter. Consistency is thicker. Even though it's a liquid, it's just thicker by nature. You can get a really thin layer of the foundation stick. I'll blend this out a little bit more. But look at the difference of the glow. I'm gonna blur this out a little bit more. What do you guys think? Okay, let me take you over to the face demo. I have shade 4 in the foundation stick and then shade 3 in Flawless Filter. We'll do the foundation stick first. And I'm like, at this point, wow, very, very glowy. Blends in with ease. Feels really light on the skin. Build up some coverage on the cheek. Pat it in. Foundation stick side. Flawless Filter now. Definitely comes out thicker. Foundation stick side's a little bit easier to blend out. I think the foundation side is a little bit more glowy. And there's little bits of, I don't want to say sparkle, but reflect in the foundation stick side to where I feel like it's emphasizing texture a little bit more than the Flawless Filter. I'm gonna layer on a little bit more, but dare I say, Flawless Filter seems a little bit more flat, which I was not expecting. Yeah, there's more reflex in the foundation side. Permanent confused face. You can build up a little bit more coverage on the stick side, but if you build up more coverage, I feel like, maybe it's just because my cheek is closest to the light, but I feel like where I built it up, there's a lot more reflex. The foundation stick side is definitely more hydrating. I've always felt like the Flawless Filter dried down, so it felt a little tight on the skin. But I do think the Flawless Filter is a little bit more subdued. I didn't expect this to happen, so I really don't know what to make of this. So yeah, I've always said about the Flawless Filter that I love the way it looks, but I wouldn't slap it all over my face as foundation. And I feel like I'm going against my word by doing this today, but we're gonna see how we can make it work. I feel like with some powder, with some bronzer, more flat items over top, then a natural glow can come through with this product. So we're doing it. But what I'm thinking is if you have oily skin, Flawless Filter, you might just be happy owning that. But if you do have dry skin and you felt like the Flawless Filter was a little bit drying, this foundation stick could be good for dry skin because it definitely feels hydrating on the skin. And it's just really easy to move around and work around. I'm gonna take it everywhere that I feel like could use a little evening out. Like I'm telling you now, I really don't like this all over the nose. It's too much glimmer all over the nose. Though I might feel differently in real life, not when I have studio lights to bounce off the reflection. And I like a little bit of glow, but this is a lot. Quality-wise, everything about it feels really nice. It's working out really beautiful. It's just too glowy for me. Okay, so this is how it's looking on a full face. I'm going to start building product up over top, and I'll have everything linked that I'm putting over top of it down below, and we'll see if we can tamper down this glow to give us a more glow from within kind of look. So with everything over top, it is definitely now more my speed. I probably won't be wearing this foundation on a super natural makeup day, like without powder, without bronzer, without blush. I need something to kind of cover, especially the outsides of my face where I don't want too much glow. And then I can see the glow of the foundation underneath coming through, and it's quite pretty. I do have concern about what it's going to look like as the day goes on, and am I going to look like an oily, sweaty, sparkly mess? I certainly hope not, but at this point it does look really nice. Looking at the claims, they say blur, smooth, soft focus, glow. I don't think it really blurs or smooths. What blurred and smoothed my skin was putting products over top, but there is like a soft, not really that soft, but like there's a glow to the skin that looks really, really healthy, really, really fresh. So I love how this foundation is looking with a full face of makeup. But this is definitely not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm going to go in front of the window and show you on my iPhone so you can see it in different lighting. But this is what I'm going to be wearing today. It is 11:30 and I will check in a few hours. iPhone camera does have a tendency to over sharpen, but here's how it's looking in front of the window. Very, very glowy. I feel like it's prettier in person than even the camera is picking up, but that's what we're starting with today. I'm about 4 hours into wear now, so we're halfway through. Nothing too strenuous that I've done, and went over a speed bump and dropped my phone. Look, it's not looking fantastic around the mouth area. This is where foundations break up first, but normally at the 4 hour point, we still look good as new. And I think it just looks extra bad because of its glowy nature. So the fact that it's starting to break up is enhanced because it's so glowy. Anyways, we're actually about to go for a walk in the heat. So it's going to be really interesting to see how it holds up in the heat. But from a distance, right? Glowy, not too sweaty looking. A little concern for how it's going to look after. But I don't know why it looks like such a terrible shade match in this lighting. It looks better in person. That walk was hot and sweaty. I am wet. All things considered, the foundation has performed better against sweat than I expected. I look a little more wet than I am because I just need to dry, but it held up good. I mean, I wouldn't say it looks as good as before the walk, but I'm not upset about it. That looks a little scary though. Happy end of day. I'm so excited to get this makeup off and hop in the shower because I am sticky from sunscreen. I hate the summer. I hate it. I hate it. But let's take a look at the foundation. I got a little worried there at the halfway point because I felt like I was starting to see it break up and just not look that great. But it's stood still since the 4 hour point, and I was quite impressed because right after the halfway point, I went out for a really long walk with my husband, and it's hot today, and I'm very, very sweaty. I just get really wet in the face area, and I was ready to come back from that walk and see my makeup completely melted off, at no fault to the foundation, by the way. It's me. I'm the problem. And to my surprise, it didn't look bad. It didn't get streaky from like sweat marks. It didn't get splotchy. It didn't separate. So I was pretty surprised with that. Even Jose was like, wow, it looks really good after what I just put it through. So that was impressive. I mean, looking at it now, it's broken up the most around my mouth area. And what is weird about how it's broken up is most foundations would look like powdery and gross in that way. This, it's almost glittery as opposed to powdery where the separation has happened. It looks worst here where the oil has collected the most. But I would say like the center of my face, even the forehead, it still looks pretty good. Overall thoughts about this foundation stick here though, I mean, if you are not a fan of the way that the Hollywood Flawless filter looks on you, don't get this. This is basically the same thing in a stick form. If you love the Flawless filter and wanted it in a stick form, I've got your girl. Because I posted on my stories showing how glowy it was, and I was like, what are your thoughts? And it really was mixed. Some people were like, oh my god, I needed a product just like this. I love the Flawless filter. And others of you were like, I'm too textured. This is way too glowy. This is Tin Man status. So it really is a preference thing. I think performance-wise, for what it is, I think it does a decent job. I'm not going to say this is a long-wearing foundation. I wouldn't wear this for a long day out in the sun that you're going to be sweaty and putting it through a lot. But if you need, think Victoria's Secret Angel Glow, that is what this gives. Ironically, Charlotte Tilbury did do like Victoria's Secret Angel makeup in the past, and I remember the campaigns for that was this flawless glowy skin. That's kind of similar to what you get with this. For me, I feel like wearing it alone, it's too glowy, too metallic for my preferences. I kind of want to mix this with other products, which I can just do with the regular Flawless filter. Like I want to layer this all over and then put a skin tint over top and kind of blend the two together. But or spot place it like on the cheek and stuff. It looks pretty, but I want to keep it away from the T-zone area. So it's not my cup of tea. This is not going to be This is not going to become my everyday foundation, but for what it is, I'm really not mad at it. I was hoping with it being a foundation stick, it would have the glow that Charlotte Tilbury's brand is known for, but be a little bit more true to like not metallic. I just didn't want it metallic. I like a glow, but I don't like the somewhat Tin Man vibe that I get from this. So to each their own. This is definitely, I keep saying it, this is not for everybody, but like if it's the certain look that you've been looking for, I think you'll really enjoy this. I think if the Flawless filter felt a little bit too dry or too thick on the skin, I think you'll like this as long as you like that look of the glow. I just hope I can lay out the facts for you. I don't like it, nor do I dislike it. So I don't know how to verbalize my feelings on this. It's put me in a tough position. But backing up a little bit, again, another Charlotte Tilbury foundation. I feel like she was so close with this because for my preferences, I love the blend out of this. I love the creaminess, but the finish a bit too much for me. So the hunt for a great Charlotte Tilbury foundation continues for me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you've tried this foundation, let us know your skin type down below and how it wore for you. What are your thoughts? How do you feel about this identical finish to the Flawless filter? I wish she had changed it up a little bit, but that's just me. So make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to my channel for more. As always, this is just my first impressions, so time will really tell how I end up using this product and how much I end up using it. So you have to stay subscribed for those updates. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.